everybody. So nice to be here with you tonight. I'm Josh.
And I'm Matt. Welcome to Pillow Talk on Hatch Plus, where it's okay to forget what day it is. So Josh, if your day had an inspirational poster, what's it looking like?
I am so excited to share this with you because I've been thinking a lot about the way my day has felt. I was traveling over the weekend, and when I got home, I just did a lot of resetting, and it hasn't been a super busy day. And so I think my picture, instead of, the cat kind of tenaciously hanging in there, I would have like a little baby piglet kind of curled up in some hay, and it would say, "Sometimes not doing very much is still doing enough."
I love both the image and the sentiment there.
Thank you very much. That's very much how I'm feeling today. Is not very much happened, and that was exactly what I needed to get done. Matt, what about you? What would your inspirational poster say to reflect your day?
Not too dissimilar, but I actually went to the supermarket today just to do the big shop. And I don't know about where you are, but my local supermarket, you need to put a coin into the shopping cart or trolley to actually get it out. So it's like a deposit. Mm-hmm. And I found a little piece of plastic at home that fits that coin slot perfectly.
Ooh.
So that was such a big part of my day that I think my poster would it'd sort of be me with that little piece of plastic in a sort of Che Guevara type pose. And then just vision at the top.
I love that.
Because I feel like I've changed the game.
We had kind of opposite days because I was just kind of settling in back into a routine, and you were shifting a whole paradigm.
Yeah, I was out there changing the world.
That's beautiful. Well, Matt, I'm in the mood for some fun tonight. How about a little game night?
Perfect, yes.
We're going to play 2 games. So let's start with our classic icebreaker, 2 truths and a lie. So I'll go first, and I'll tell you my 3 quote unquote facts, and you can ask up to 3 questions and try to figure out which one is the lie.
All right, well, let's go.
Okay, so here are my 3 facts, and you can't see it, but I'm winking right now. Fact number 1, I once traveled to Hong Kong to pretend to be a filmmaker at a film festival. Fact number 2, I recently ran into a friend who has the same name as my new dog and felt slightly uncomfortable sharing that fact with her. And then fact number 3, I own a small trampoline, and I bring it, one of those exercise trampolines, and I bring it to the playground sometimes in the evening when the kids have all gone to sleep, and I use it to dunk a basketball, and I feel very powerful dunking off my small trampoline.
Straight off the bat, I really hope that last one is true more than anything. But if I'm working backwards, it's 3 really difficult ones because they sound plausible. But number 2, your dog's name is the same as, was it a friend of yours, did you say?
A friend of mine who I hadn't seen in a long time.
So what's the dog's name?
My dog's name is Maggie. Maggie.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's possible then. I was hoping that it would be Rover or so, and then I could just say, that's probably that one.
Mr. Big Stuff.
Is the dog named after that Maggie, or is there a different Maggie that...
The dog is not named after that Maggie. That Maggie was the name of the dog when she got to us, and we just thought it suited her personality, so we kept it.
Okay, perfect. And how about the Maggie that you know? Does Maggie suit Maggie?
I think so. I've known her for a long time, and she feels very Maggie-ish to me.
It would be unfair to change it at this point.
Yeah, I don't think that's my domain.
Okay, so that's yeah, I can see that. Number 1 is obviously setting off a lot of alarm bells.
Sure.
So you travelled to a film festival in Hong Kong.
Correct.
Where you pretended to be a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Why?
The real filmmaker couldn't make it. And so one of the judges on the committee who had nominated this film asked me to go with her to the festival and like present the film as if I was the emissary for the film, but because I had literally nothing to do with it, I had to kind of fudge some involvement. So I used kind of a liberal smattering of the first person when what I should have been saying was they did this and they did that. But I used a lot of we.
So you had absolutely no connection to this film whatsoever.
Truly nothing.
So why did they ask you? Presumably there would have been, even an extra that was in it would have been a better choice.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. The reason that I was asked to participate was because I didn't have a lot going on and was up for traveling to Hong Kong on about 5 days' notice.
Right. It's the same way I got this job, available. Sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, the best of ability is availability is what I often hear about, athletes who are able to play through exhaustion. And I feel that way about my comedy career as well. I'm very available, and that has been a great asset.
Do you know what? It opens up so many doors for you, doesn't it, being available? How did you find the trip? Did you feel any sort of... Because a lot of people in the entertainment industry suffer from imposter syndrome, even when they're actually doing the thing. Did you have any sort of imposter syndrome feelings when you had no connection to the film?
There was a lot of like pointed questioning about the film itself and kind of its whether it was really a documentary. And at first I felt like an imposter defending it, and the more that the judges, and then later because it won a prize and I was representing the highest rated documentary, it was the only one in its category, I went to speak to a group of film students about it, and the more pushback I got from the outsiders, the more I felt like ownership of the film and defensive of it.
And defensive of your role in it, presumably. That's a
right.
masterpiece that you've created.
Thank you. The imposter syndrome kind of melted away as I got like performatively indignant.
That's so good. So that's literally the opposite of imposter syndrome.
Yeah. What it really taught me is that I should lie more. So this game is huge for me.
It's fake it till you make it.
Yep.
Genuinely works.
Yeah.
That's really good to know. So, I mean, that sounds so insane.
It really does seem pretty preposterous.
I don't know if you could make that up. So I'm going to go direct with your third truth or lie.
Yeah.
Quick fire.
Mm-hmm.
You go out to the park with your trampoline to dunk.
Yeah.
What time?
10:30 p.m.
Every night?
No, a couple times a week, because I do a lot of stand-up, so it's when I don't have very much stand-up.
Okay, so if you're not doing stand-up of an evening, you'll be down the park dunking with a trampoline.
And the park is about a block from my apartment, so it's like, there's not a lot of chance for me to get busted carrying a trampoline there, which is admittedly embarrassing.
Have you ever been stopped before?
You got me. This is the lie.
Surprisingly easy to break down for someone who was so resilient lying about that film when you were out there.
I know, but I feel like we have to develop a working relationship, and I felt like I couldn't start it off on the foot of pervasive deception.
That is really sweet, actually.
Thank you. Matt, I would love to hear your two truths and a lie, please.
So I'm not going to give you the same level of charity here.
Okay.
Just take my word for it.
So you're just you're gonna give me kind of a dead-eyed misanthropy and just lie to my face?
100%. The poker face is up. Okay. Number one, I once paid £300 for a disco ball, but didn't realise the size of it, and then I couldn't get it into my house. Number two, I have a sizable collection of model tanks. Number three, I was once stuck in my own attic for 7 hours.
Okay, these are great truths and one great lie among them. And I'm going to ask more conceptual questions to kind of dig at it as opposed to practical questions. I'm going like FBI profiler. So
okay, yeah, do your worst.
Okay, what is your favorite war?
My favorite. Oh, to pick just one,
Mm-hmm.
Second World War.
Okay.
That's the biggie, really, I think. Yeah.
Good answer. Okay. If you're at a wedding, someone else's wedding, let's say, in what percentile do you get out to the dance floor, right? Are you like right out on the dance floor as soon as the music starts, or does it take till the floor is pretty full for you to get out and dance?
I mean, firstly, 9 times out of 10, if I'm invited to a wedding, I am busy, whether I am actually busy or not.
Sure.
But if it's one that I can't get out of and socially, I can't escape it, it would take 3 or 4 fairly decent sized people to be able to drag me to a dance floor.
Okay, this is helpful information. Thank you. And then, do you keep your seasonal clothes? Do you rotate them out of your closet, or do you just have closet and drawers stuffed with all of your clothes for the year?
I try to rotate. I think that's
Okay.
the smart thing to do. So
Okay.
it doesn't always work out like that. Quite often at the end of a season, I can't be bothered and it just ends up all staying in there. But I do have a vacuum bag of summer clothes. Yeah.
Okay. So let me walk you through my thinking. Sounds like you're a person who goes up to the attic. So that's one check for attic, because you have a good storage system going on, which I lack and don't have an attic. It would just be my upstairs neighbor's apartment, which they don't let me keep any stuff in. Model tanks, you are right on it, knowing what war you prefer. So that sounds, this is my original impulse of this is the lie. And then 300 pounds for a disco ball, but it was too big. Now, to me, your aversion to dance seems like maybe a disco ball isn't something you need in your life. And so I am a little skeptical of that as a fact, except I don't know if you're lying now about not dancing. Maybe you could be cutting a rug anytime you hear a beat. So I am a little turned around by these answers. You're excellent at deception. And what I'm going to guess, I'm going to go with my original gut. I'm going to say no model tank collection.
Oh, that's true. I do have a model tank collection.
How many model tanks do you have?
It's not overly extensive. I got during the lockdown, I got very into just getting model tanks and just putting them together and painting them just to while away the hours.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that seems like a nice, peaceful way to pass the time. All right. I'm going to guess attic next.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, it's true. So okay. So my questioning led me to the right answer, and I just resisted the information you're giving me.
It did. It was a perfect line of questioning.
Thank you. So you never paid 300 pounds for a disco ball that didn't fit into your house?
I didn't know, although I do have a lot of disco balls in my house.
How many disco balls? More or fewer disco balls than you have tanks?
It's probably not far off the same amount, but it is because my girlfriend is a fan of disco balls. Not necessarily disco as a concept, but loves a disco ball.
Aesthetically, they are pretty wonderful. Like if there was no disco, society would still have use for disco balls, I think.
That's so true. And I think people put a lot of stock in dancing when you say disco. And actually, there is far more to disco than dancing.
I think that's right. Amazing. I think we really got to know each other pretty well through this game, and I'm feeling terrific about it.
Yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot. I know that you're, on the one hand, a very good detective, but right at the final hurdle, you just let it slip.
Get it into the goal.
Well, it was right open, and you slipped.
Classic me. This is why I got such rigorous questioning in Hong Kong.
I'm amazed that you got away with it.
Now that we've broken the ice, let's have a little would you rather. I'll start. Matt. Now this one I have a hunch which way you're going to go, but this could be a curveball. Would you rather always have to loudly sing instead of talking, or always have to dance instead of walking?
Neither of those things are ideal.
Yeah, no.
I can't abide musical theatre. I know some people are not going to be happy with that, but it's just not for me. So both would be unbelievably inconvenient.
Yeah.
How committed to the dance have I got to be? Like, I mean, have I got to do the whole body or just like a little finger click while I
Ooh,
walk, which would still be weird, but it wouldn't be as sort of debilitating.
that's a great question. I would say that one part of your body has to be engaged in dance at all times. So it could just be kind of a rhythmic bobbing of the head or a wiggle of the shoulders, but it's always got to be one.
I don't know if that would be worse than full body, you know. Because at least if it was full body, people would go, "That guy is dancing." Whereas
You
if it was just a head movement, they'd be like, What is he doing?"
you are a full body is still on the table. It's just like you have to be, wiggling your hips or one such thing. To me, not to influence you, the keyword here is loudly sing instead of talking, because this is really going to make libraries difficult to spend time in.
That is so true.
Movie
Yeah,
theaters.
even if it was loudly talking, that would be annoying.
Yep. And loudly singing is just like, you're going to get thrown out of a lot of movie theaters.
Imagine funerals
Very uncomfortable.
based on that. I think there is only one answer. It's got to be I will dance everywhere instead of walking, but I will mostly move at night. And
Oh, that's smart.
it will be a sort of a kind of a finger click or a small arm movement,
Yeah.
nothing too excessive.
That makes a lot of sense. I think loudly sing instead of talking would make you like straight up one of the most annoying people in town. And then always dancing, you're just kind of like a local eccentric. That's kind of a fun guy to be.
Yeah, I think, you become a legend in your town, just
I
the
think that's
dancing
right.
guy. It's inoffensive, it's not hurting anybody.
Yeah. Kind of like guy that always has a bird on his shoulder. You're like, oh, that guy's around. Glad he's well.
Yeah, yeah. But I've got one for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Would you rather achieve the EGOT, which is the acronym for Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Awards, which you might have already won one of them, to be fair, in Hong Kong. I'm not sure which one that was. But would you rather have one of those or win the Nobel Peace Prize?
This is really good because one thing immediately to think about, right, is that an EGOT isn't just winning an award. It's winning, at the very least, 4 awards. And, this isn't something I bring up often, but I have won an Emmy Award, and it feels incredible. It feels so good to win an award. And I feel like I would just be on cloud 9 every time winning 4 such awards, and not even just repeats. Like, I'm winning an Oscar, I'm winning a Tony. My mom would be so thrilled. So I think the rush of endorphins is enormous with an EGOT just because of the 4 separate peaks. However, Nobel Peace Prize, that's tough to top. You're not meeting a lot of other people that have won the Nobel Peace Prize. So you've got the trump card in every conversation. Like if you won a Grammy, you probably know other Grammy winners because you're in the Grammy business. But Nobel Peace Prize, I would love to be able to hold that over people's heads. Gosh, my parents would brag about it so much.
I love that your go-to with the Nobel Peace Prize is that you could hang it over people.
That's right. I would be a real piece of garbage. And you could get away with being a real piece of garbage because you've won the Nobel Peace Prize.
That's so true.
Yeah. And honestly, the big thing is to have achieved that. Generally, you've done some major global good. And I think that is something I would like to be known for. I think that's like a really beautiful legacy. So I'm going to go Nobel Peace Prize, despite the personal fulfillment that I would feel winning the EGOT.
Is that your final answer? I mean, you could do global good with the EGOT, presumably.
That's true.
It's pretty wide.
Yeah. That's a good question. It doesn't seem like though I get to stipulate like, okay, but I won the Oscar for making like a documentary about something really serious. Like, you know what I mean? If I could, I would say that. I'd be like, oh yeah, I won a Grammy for my album that saved all the whales. Like, people heard it and they were like, gosh, we got to go out there and save those whales. So I think it's got to be Nobel Peace Prize, despite your gentle reframing that I think would make the EGOT even more appealing.
In hindsight, I think you're probably right. I feel like Bono's kind of going for the other approach. Like
that's right. I think he's trying to EGOT his way into a Nobel Peace Prize. Like
Yeah,
I think he's trying to win so many Grammys and do so much work. They're like, well, we gotta. It just would complete the body of work.
yeah, I like it.
I think this is good. I think we're really learning. This is a really great getting to know you. I didn't realize it's really getting late, and I'm getting pretty sleepy. So I think I'm gonna turn in.
I think it's about that time, but yeah, it's been a pleasure. Cheers, Josh.
Good night.